I'm David Warren, President and CEO of Bridgeford Trust Company. One of the things that we've become so excited about at Bridgeford, in addition to the importance of choosing the correct trust jurisdiction, is all of the planning tools available to us now that weren't available to us 15 or 20 years ago. Particularly when I was in law school, a lot of the concepts that are now available to planners, particularly in the high net worth space, just didn't exist. And some of these concepts have really changed the whole nature of how irrevocable trusts are created, how they're administered, and how they're changeable now in a way that they never were before. So what we do at Bridgeford, and what we're all allowed to do now in this industry that we couldn't do before, is to deliver far more control over the trust planning and trust administrative process than ever before. And we give this control now to the settlors of trust, their advisors, beneficiaries, and future beneficiaries. And that's exciting. And it's a direct industry response, I believe, to people who have been, particularly high net worth families, who have been unhappy with traditional notions of how irrevocable trusts have been handled in the past. When you hear irrevocable trusts, lots of planners and lots of people in the industry, even people who don't know an awful lot about the trust industry, think of a rigid instrument that can't be changed, can't be moved, and you can't get money out of it, and it's out of your state forever, and it's really out of your hands forever. And the exciting thing is it doesn't mean what it used to. Irrevocable trust does not mean what it used to. And there are three main concepts that are available only in top-tier trust jurisdictions like South Dakota that really combine to deliver the control back to the settlors and the beneficiaries and their advisors in a way that just makes this entire industry so dynamic and is redefining how we approach wealth planning for individuals. The first concept is a directed trust. The directed trust has absolutely and completely revolutionized the trust industry over the last 15 years. It puts control right back into the hands of the settler through bifurcating liability between and among the trust company and the investment advisor, which essentially means that settlers and their advisors and their beneficiaries can participate and choose who their investment advisor is going to be and who their trust company is going to be. And under their directed trust statute, it does not have to be the same entity, which is what has traditionally been the case when you think of a PNC or a Bank of New York Mellon or any other type of traditional trust company model. Again, that has been such a drastic change in the trust industry that it's opened up the ability for planners to deliver much more control back to really where it belongs, which again is the settlers of these trusts and their advisors and the beneficiaries. Another concept working in conjunction typically with the with the directed trust concept is the trust protector. Been referred to as the super trustee. This position, the trust protector, is named in the trust document. It can be Uncle Bob, it could be a CPA, it could be somebody close to the family that has the ability to exercise tremendous control over an irrevocable trust that never was the case. That trust protector has the power to change jurisdiction with the stroke of a pen, to eliminate beneficiaries with the stroke of a pen, to eliminate trust advisors with the stroke of a pen, to change the investment advisors with the stroke of a pen. That is tremendous power. That is tremendous control that did not exist 10 or 15 years ago. South Dakota has been considered by many to have the most liberal and progressive trust protector statute in the nation. We use it in virtually all of our documents. We like it. We're not afraid to use it. We're happy to have that super trustee looking over our shoulders. And we're more than happy to give the control back to, again, where it belongs, which is with the settlers and the beneficiaries and their advisors. The final piece that we believe, and generally most people believe, that has really changed the concept of who's in control of these irrevocable trusts is decanting. Decanting, and not talking about the wine, we're talking about the trust. But it's the same concept. Taking an old, tired trust that just doesn't work the way it used to, or doesn't work the way it was envisioned it was going to work 100 years ago when it was created, because we're in different times. It gives the ability back to the family to use the statute to pour this old trust into a brand new, better working, newfangled trust, for lack of a better word, utilizing concepts like the directed trust statute, like I just mentioned, putting in a trust protector, putting in asset protection capabilities, putting in a community property trust component, adding in all of these new modern trust laws that make the trust more relevant. The decanting statutes around the country, they're not all created equally. Some states are better than others. Nevada Attorney Steve Oceans has consistently found that South Dakota has the most prolific and inclusive and liberal decanting statute in the country. and he's done so over the last 3 or 4 years. The point is, these 3 concepts have so radically changed the way trusts are created and administered and changed and moved that it's exciting for us at Bridgeford to be able to deliver this type of control back to settlors of trusts, and has completely changed, as I've said a few times, the perception, and I would argue the very definition of what is an irrevocable trust. For more information on any one of these concepts or how Bridgeford can deliver much more control back to your family, please go to our website. There's plenty of information about each of these concepts. Contact us. We're happy to work with you and your family and advisors to find ways to maybe fix old trusts and bring this type of control really back where it belongs.